Christopher Anderson, author of The King, also detailed a grim prediction the Princess of Wales received before her death. When Princess Diana found herself in a loveless marriage to the former Prince Charles, she desperately turned to the mystical world for guidance. Over the years, Diana went through a revolving door supply of astrologers, faith healers, numerologists, tarot card readers, clairvoyants, psychics, and spiritual advisors. Christopher Anderson, author of The King, claimed to Fox News Digital. Most told her what she already knew, that her husband was cheating on her with his old flame, Anderson noted. Over the years, Diana went through a revolving door supply of astrologers, faith healers, numerologists, tarot card readers, clairvoyants, psychics, and spiritual advisors. Most told her what she already knew, that her husband was cheating on her with his old flame. Christopher Anderson, author of The King. Anderson's comments came shortly after Vanity Fair looked back at energy healer Simone Simmons' book, Diana, The Last Word, which focused on her relationship with the royal. According to the outlet, Diana's calendar was crowded with appointments with psychics, spiritualists, astrologers, energy healers, palmists, tarot readers, and dowsers. She also indulged in frequent sessions with alternative medical treatments, including colonic irrigation, reflexology, aromatherapy, acupuncture, and hypnotherapy. In the late 80s and early 90s, she was with every different sort of person. A former palace official told royal author Sally Bedell-Smith, as quoted by the outlet. They marched in and out, and I don't know how they got there. But once you get into that scene, it's a cry for help. Diana was in the thrall of all these mad psychics, bodyguard Ken Worf also told author Tina Brown. But Diana had good reason to be worried about her husband. Charles met Camilla Parker Bowles in 1970 through mutual friend Lucia Santa Cruz. According to reports, Charles was instantly smitten. Despite a blossoming romance, Charles joined the Navy in 1971. It's also noted that Camilla didn't meet the royal prerequisites for marrying an heir to the throne. The couple likely believed they didn't have a future together. While Charles served in the Navy, Camilla married Andrew Parker Bowles, an ex-boyfriend of Charles' younger sister Princess Anne, in 1973. According to reports, a devastated Charles tried to stop Camilla from marrying Parker Bowles, but the pair remained friends. Author Penny Juror previously claimed in her book, The Duchess, The Untold Story, that Charles and Camilla began an affair around 1978 or 1979, and Parker Bowles was allegedly aware. As the pair stayed close, Charles began courting Lady Diana Spencer in 1980. Charles and Diana married in 1981. Diana's use of psychics, clairvoyants, healers, and the like has become notorious, royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams told Fox News Digital. She was reportedly introduced to New Age practices by Sarah Ferguson, who was open about her use of them as therapies. We know that although she was able to reach out to others, she was deeply insecure and unhappy herself. Hence, her reliance on healers and the like. According to Tina Brown, she went ahead with her secret tell-all, Diana, Her True Story, on the advice of an astrologer, Felix Lyle, who was connected to her intermediary, James Colthurst, Fitzwilliams shared. This was an explosive action that began the destructive part of the War of the Waleses. As her marriage disintegrated, she used a variety of holistic practices for support. Those who treated Diana frequently made a good deal of money out of their client, Fitzwilliams added. Diana was quoted as telling astrologer Penny Thornton, I just wanted to see if there is light at the end of the tunnel. Camilla and Andrew Parker Bowles divorced in 1995. It was shortly after Charles gave an explosive television interview admitting his relationship with Camilla. In 1995, Diana, who was already separated from her husband, gave an interview to the BBC in which she said the marriage had failed because Charles was still in love with Camilla. Diana said she was devastated when she found out in 1986, 5 years after her marriage, that Charles had renewed his relationship with Camilla. She said she was so depressed that she deliberately hurt herself in a desperate bid for help. There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded, said the princess. Charles and Diana divorced the following year. Diana continued to rely on her spiritual advisors. Vanity Fair reported that Diana had a strong belief in the afterlife and had communicated with the spirit of her grandmother, Countess Cynthia Spencer, whom she believed looked after her from the spirit world. According to the outlet, Diana also believed that in a past life she had been a nun and an ancient Christian martyr. She was afraid of speaking about her experiences out of fear she would be labeled a nut. But Diana wasn't only thinking about her future, according to the outlet. She wanted to know what fate held for her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry. She specifically wanted to know about William's destiny and frequently asked if he would become king. Simmons also said she was also worried about Charles's health, which always caused her great concern. But even Simmons felt that Diana was being taken advantage of by false prophets. Diana was one of the most insecure people I had ever met, Simmons wrote, as quoted by the outlet. That inner pain drove her to seek relief and comfort in some very odd ways, and there was hardly a therapy that, at some time or other, she hadn't tried. Some were of undoubted benefit, others were pure quackery. A few were downright harmful. Anderson claimed to Fox News Digital that Diana later received an ominous warning. Shortly before her death, Diana asked her longtime friend and spiritual advisor Rita Rogers to do a reading for her then-boyfriend Dodi Fayed, Anderson explained. Diana wanted to know what the future had in store for him. Rogers claimed to be visited by the spirit of Dodi's dead mother Samira, who warned her son not to go driving in Paris. Rogers said she saw a tunnel, motorcycles, this tremendous sense of speed, said Anderson. Rogers told Diana to warn Dodi, but at the time, it didn't occur to her that Diana might be in the car alongside him. I would have warned her as well, Rogers said, but I just didn't see her in the car with him. Spooky stuff. Diana didn't need any help in the ESP department. She predicted in writing on several occasions that she would probably die in a car crash, Anderson noted. She believed it would be an assassination staged to look like an accident. Diana died in 1997 from injuries she sustained in a car crash. She was 36. Decades later, her younger son Harry would describe his own encounter with the otherworldly. Vanity Fair reported that in his memoir Spare, the Duke of Sussex recalled visiting a woman with spiritual powers. You're living the life she couldn't, the unnamed woman told the 40-year-old about his mother. You're living the life she wanted for you. The woman also mentioned an ornament of Queen Elizabeth's that his son, Prince Archie, had accidentally broken. Your mother says she had a bit of a giggle about that, said the medium.